Data. It's the great differentiator in today's competitive landscape. Every day, your business pulls in huge quantities of it, from web interactions to inventory counts, diagnostic reports to consumer feedback. And then it sits, separated across systems, unstructured and disjointed. Being able to look out across all that data, connect the dots, and see the bigger picture is key to your company's success and survival. Machine learning gives you this ability, the chance to view your data in a whole new way. Instead of following code and commands, it learns from what you compile to find patterns and insights that not only make you smarter, but can revolutionize how your business runs. At Google, we use machine learning to optimize all our products, from real-time traffic in Maps, spam detection in Gmail, and facial recognition in Photos. And now, we've designed a platform especially for you. Predict when to ramp up production, know when your customers are ready to upgrade, diagnose new diseases with speed and accuracy. The more data you bring to it, the more unique insights you're given, the more opportunities you have to redefine how your enterprise runs. This is the future of how machines and people work together to transform how we all do business. The technology is here, and it's waiting for you. Will it make the difference for your enterprise?
Welcome to a very special Google Cloud On Air. My name is Jay Jenkins. I'm a customer engineering lead for South right coming to you live.
And I'm Shaista Alia, the customer joining you right here, live from Singapore. This is a very special, unique, global event that we have today for you.
Actually, this one is just for Asia, right?
That's correct. But we had one for ANZ earlier, and we also are scheduled to have one for EMEA after this.
That's right. So if you were part of the previous events, you might recognize me from there, and then this will give you an opportunity to catch up on any of those sessions you missed. And if you miss any sessions this time, because sometimes it's a hard choice to make between a couple of the sessions, there's opportunities for you to catch that again when the EMEA session plays.
That's correct. So this is a unique global event that we have running for you, where we are going to help you get your customers to cover the journey from big data to AI. And I think going forward, we're going to be talking a lot about the same technology and the products and services that Google itself runs on.
That's right. So it's taken a lot of machine learning to bring our products to life, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in some of the sessions and in the keynote. And in this program, we've got 27 Google experts who are going to help you across 20 different sessions and 3 different tracks. And what are those tracks again?
So we have 3 tracks around big data, AI, and industry solutions.
Great. And we have stuff for beginners and advanced users.
That's
so
right.
Take a look at the sessions and figure out exactly what you want to participate in.
So Jay, what's the track that you're looking forward to the most?
I think for me, honestly, it is some of the more technical tracks. Like as a customer engineer, part of me, is also very interested in the industry solutions tracks. But honestly, probably TensorFlow on the cloud, a lot of the open source things that we do.
I get it. Absolutely.
And what about you?
For me, I think the most interesting track that I'm looking forward to is the one, the industry solutions one, where we are talking about financial services. So financial services is something, a lot of our customers back from India, they really want to, kind of adopt cloud, but they have their reservations in terms of regulatory compliances, etc. So I think this track should be really interesting for us to, to kind of help them understand in terms of what Google is doing in that space and what our customers from India in the financial sector is doing using Google Cloud, machine learning, and AI. So that should be really interesting. And yep, I know you're aware of this, but just for our audiences out there, we have a Mumbai data center which has been launched on 1st of November, and we are live in Mumbai, so we are right there in your neighborhood.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, we've launched a lot of data centers this year,
right.
including one right here in Singapore, one in Sydney, and we've announced Hong Kong as well. So really establishing a lot of infrastructure to take care of our customers here in APAC.
Absolutely. And so I guess we have a lot of people as well on board. So Jay, if you can just let us know what you do as a customer engineer.
Sure. So as a customer engineer, it's our job to actually help customers understand how they can take maximum advantage of the cloud, and not just technically, but also operationally, and really show them the art of the possible. But one of the great things is we also sort of try to draw out that journey with them. We understand that organizations are at different stages of their cloud adoption, and we want to be able to work with them to help them understand what they can do today and what that might look like 5 years from now.
Awesome. So I think today we'll also take you around a tour of our office. We'll show you some of the cool places that are Jay's and my favorites. And I think let's just get familiar with the platform that we have. So
Sounds good. So actually on the left side of your screen, to Shaista's right, you'll see 5 buttons. That top button is the play button, the watch button, and that'll actually bring you back here, back to the video. If you take a look at the second button, that's the agenda button. That'll actually show you the speakers, the topics, the starting times, and the abstracts to help you plan your day. That third button, extremely important, Shaista.
yes, absolutely.
So once the sessions start, you'll be able to click on that and ask a question, and we have experts standing by ready to assist you. That fourth button, the second from the bottom, we'll hold off on that for a second. And that bottom button, also extremely important, it's for feedback.
Yes, thank you so much, Jay. And for those of you who are joining us now, again, introducing ourselves, this is Shaista Alia here, the customer engineer from India, joining you live from Singapore.
And my name is Jay Jenkins, so I'm the customer engineering lead for Southeast Asia, based here in Singapore. So feedback.
Yes.
So feedback, extremely important. So that feedback button that you'll see on your screen allows you to give overall event feedback. So if there are additional topics you want to see, if you have feedback around the overall event, please place it there. There's also session feedback. So at the end of each session, you'll actually see a form appear. And please fill out that form. Let us know what you thought of that session. Let us know what else you'd like to see. And you'll also have an opportunity to leave information if you'd like, so that we can actually get in touch with you.
That's interesting. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, just letting you know, we had a couple of Cloud on Airs earlier as well. So this is our 4th Cloud on Air for this year, for that matter. And we have recordings which are available online. And this session itself will be recorded. So in case you missed all the tracks, just recapping what the tracks are, we have about 3 tracks running today with various sessions in each track. We have big data, AI, and industry solutions. So in case you're not able to watch all the tracks or keep up with them, you can definitely come back and watch them later. We have a rerun for EMEA as well. So, yep.
Right. So going back to being a customer engineer. So I'm a customer engineer, you're a customer engineer, but there's actually a huge team of us in the region.
Yes.
Right. So we have a number of engineers in India, a number of engineers in Southeast Asia, in Australia. If you're still joining us from Australia and New Zealand, throughout the region we have people who are there to help. So what's your favorite part of being a customer engineer?
I think being a customer engineer, my favorite part would be solutionizing for my customers, because you go out there, you meet customers, you understand what are their requirements, what are their pain areas, and you really want to give them a solution. And that's what we can do with GCP. So with GCP, there are customers who are dealing with a lot of data, but they don't really know what to do with it. The first question they ask us is, we have so much data that we're collecting, but what can we do with it? How can we derive insights from it? So, those are the kind of things where we come in and we kind of fit their requirements to a particular GCP product and help them use that product as an enabler to kind of go ahead and drive insights from that data. So I think that's amazing for me.
Definitely. So actually throughout the sessions, you'll hear people refer to GCP. GCP stands for Google Cloud Platform,
That's correct.
which is where we have infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and also a lot of our AI capabilities for enterprises to use.
That's right. And I think also for the folks who are joining us right now, this is Shaista and Jay. We're joining you here from Singapore, and welcome to Cloud on Air, which is our online global event that we have running for India and Southeast Asia right now. And we also have it for EMEA later onwards, and we had one for ANZ earlier, which just wrapped up. So,
Great.
Jay, do you want to talk about the 4th button that you kind of missed out?
Sure, let's talk about that a little bit. That 4th button is actually for one of our experiments called Quick Draw. If you click on that, you'll actually be able to just draw a picture. That itself might not seem very interesting, except that the AI is actually going to try to guess what it is you're drawing.
That's interesting. So what you're trying to tell me is that if I click on the quick draw button, it's actually a game? where I can draw something and the system guesses what I drew.
That's right.
That's interesting.
And I think what's really amazing about it is, have you played it before?
No, but let's play now.
Okay. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes when I'm drawing stuff, if I looked at the drawing myself, I wouldn't be able to guess what it is, even if I drew it. But it's amazing how good the AI is at figuring out what it is that you're drawing.
So, and this game is developed right here within Google, right?
That's right. So the game is developed here at Google using products like TensorFlow underneath in order to build those machine learning models. And throughout the day, we'll actually talk about how you can implement something like this yourself.
That's interesting. And also this game, just to understand what we're doing, it kind of picks up from neural intelligence, and that's how it understands what we've drawn. So I think I would encourage all of you to, the video is going to switch to that screen, and encourage all of you to kind of play that.
Yes, but please stick around. We're going to be discussing a few things, including some Indian use cases where companies are using artificial intelligence today. Great, thank you.
Welcome back. I'm Shaista Alia, the customer engineer from India, joining you live from Singapore.
And my name is Jay Jenkins. I'm the customer engineering lead covering Southeast Asia, based here in Singapore.
We hope you had fun playing Quick Draw. I think that's something even I saw for the first time and I loved it, Jay. What do you think?
Absolutely. And I think it really is one of those things, even though it's a game, games are really good proofs of artificial intelligence and
Absolutely.
good proofs of AI and how machine learning can be used. So I think one of the important things when you're talking about AI and machine learning is how it can be used in businesses. And a lot of people think about AI as something that's far off in the future.
I agree.
Something that they can't do today. But do you have some good examples of how customers in India are using AI and machine learning today?
Of course. So we have, a couple of customers that are using AI, and one of the big ones would probably be DB Corp. So DB Corp is our customer. It's our, a leading news company, and they have up to, they have been translating up to 95% of their Hindi news source into English. So imagine that kind of translation API that they're using, and just building up on that system would have taken them a much larger amount of time rather than just plugging and playing one of Google's APIs, right? And we also, I think, we have another customer called Inonplex, and they have a platform that they have developed called iPlexis. And what's interesting to note is that on that platform, they're basically leveraging AI to serve their customers. And their time into, drug analysis has kind of come down to a really short amount of time based on, what they had earlier, right from their research to their approvals. That time frame has just slotted down. And they're using a lot of our products. They're using, right from container engines, they're using TensorFlow, for modelings, they are kind of building that up and coming back to our cloud ML engine. So they're using all of that. So that's really interesting to note.
Right. So you mentioned TensorFlow. What exactly is TensorFlow?
So TensorFlow is our open source framework that we have for kind of building up models, machine learning models, AI models. And what's interesting to note is that a lot of these customers that I talked about, both the customers in fact, one of them was using TensorFlow and the other one was just using one of our pre-trained APIs. So I'm sure the next question you might have is, do we need to have knowledge of TensorFlow, or do we need to have machine learning knowledge to kind of go ahead and do any kind of ML and AI?
Data scientists, PhDs, right? You need all those for
Not at all.
AI, no?
That's an option, yes. So you have, there are two ways in which Google allows you to use our machine learning. One of them is you can use our pre-trained APIs, which are, for Google Translate, Google Vision API, we have Google Speech API. So we have all those pre-trained APIs, which you can just plug and play into your application. We also have the option of you building your own custom ML models. So that's when your TensorFlow knowledge comes into play. And that's when you can use the power of compute that Google offers, and you can go ahead and build your own models.
Right, and we'll be covering all of that today in these separate tracks, right? So we have a big data track, an AI track, and an industry solutions track, all offering different types of sessions, 20 in total, with 27 Google experts to help you on those different tracks.
That's correct. And also, I think, Jay, would you like to tell our audiences as to how we're using our APIs within the organization in our products?
Yeah, absolutely. So later on in the keynote, you'll sort of see some of the adoption that we have in a lot of our products. But essentially, anytime you're using almost any Google product, you're probably taking advantage of AI. And that includes Google Search. It even includes Gmail. Every time that spam is being filtered out of your inboxes, it's also being used in products like Google Photos, which is my favorite place to store my photos, because I don't have to worry about putting things into folders or renaming files.
Meta tagging. No meta tagging.
I don't have to worry about any of that, so I don't have to try to guess what DSC00001.jpg is.
Yeah.
I just simply search and get the results. And it's not just objects and things that are detected, right? You can search on things like dancing,
absolutely,
hugs, and smiles.
So I think Google Photos is one of my favorite products. And talking about favorites, is there a favorite place in the office that you would like to show us?
There is. In fact, when it comes to Google, people think about innovation, and what I'm going to do is take you to our main innovation hub, at least the spot in the office that gives me the most innovative ideas.
Sure, let's go.
Okay, great, let's go. So we actually have almost 100,000 people registered for this event now, and well over 30,000 coming directly from APAC.
That's a huge number.
Yeah, absolutely.
I should have guessed. I
Yeah,
should have guessed.
Yeah, so as you can see the barista in the background. This is definitely my spot for innovation, and really this is the gears that sort of run Google and allow us to get access to our best ideas. So just a second, I'm going to grab my coffee,
Okay.
and maybe you can give them some
I think
more
I'll welcome
information.
the folks who are just joining us. So while Jay is getting his coffee, just for those of you who are joining us again, welcome to Cloud on Air. I'm Shaista Alia, the customer engineer from India, joining you right here live from Singapore.
And my name is Jay Jenkins. I am the customer engineering lead for Southeast Asia, based right here in Singapore. And now that I have my coffee, I'm definitely ready to go.
So I think just a quick, round for those of you who are joining us now. There are the icons you can see on your screen. The most important one is the one with the queue. That's the one where you can ask us live questions throughout the sessions. It's going to be about 4.5 hours of sessions. And there are 3 different tracks. And we have Google experts sitting right here in office to answer your questions. So please feel free to ask as many questions as you want and do attend. And looking forward to.
Yeah, look, for me, really, I guess I can't get away from the AI track, but I think for where, in terms of where they should be focusing, good AI requires good data. And there's essentially a quote that says, if you're not good at data analytics, you're not going to be good at AI. So depending on how your data looks today and where it might be and how big your big data problem is, you might want to focus on the big data track.
Exactly, and like they say, data is the new commodity, right? It's oil in these days. And the company that has a lot of data needs to be able to utilize that data and drive insights from it. There's no point of having all that, ages of tapes and data placed somewhere and not being able to use it.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
Absolutely, definitely. So just a quick note around those blue buttons. So that top button will always get you back here, always get you back to the session that you're currently in. That second button will actually show you that agenda. So you can actually take a look at the different tracks, take a look at the different speakers, take a look at the abstracts and the starting times so you can plan your day. And as Shaisa said, that middle button, extremely important. So once the sessions start, you can ask any question you want. And we have experts standing by, ready to. That is, will just be minimized in the corner. Feedback, which is extremely important. So that button will actually allow you to give us feedback on the overall event. And you can let us know what topics you'd like to see in the future, so the next time we plan a Cloud on Air, we can make sure that we're covering those topics. At the end of each session, a slide out will appear with a form, and in that form you can give us feedback on that particular session, and you can also leave us your details if you'd like so that we can contact you.
I think at the end of every session, you'll also see us, and we'll be right here along, and you can go ahead and fill the feedback form as well. Now, should we start with the keynote?
Yeah, so let's introduce our speakers.
Of course. So our first speaker of the keynote is Mr. Rick Harshman, who's our managing director for Google Cloud Asia Pacific. And he will be talking to us about what is the momentum that we see in terms of cloud and ML in the APAC region. And he'll also be discussing on how cloud can be an enabler for most of the companies and businesses to be creative and innovative.
After that, Oyvind Rodi will be speaking. Oyvind Rodi is our solution architecture lead for APAC and Japan. If you're wondering what the difference is between AI, machine learning, and machine intelligence, this is definitely the session for you.
I agree. So we'll see you after the sessions.
All right, thanks.